Happy Sunday to everybody watching. In this video, we're back at training Sunday morning. It was around 9:30 the boys started training. Now you got to think that we've got a game on Thursday night. So our training session will be Sunday, which was today, and then the next one will be Tuesday before maybe possibly a light captain's run on Wednesday. Now our last training session was last Tuesday. We took the boys took a week or so, or 4 or 5 days off because of the bye week, and now we're hitting it hard. Now, in this session, pretty much what I wanted to see was what was the difference between Tuesday's training session and Sunday's training session. Mainly personnel and, with Reef going down, who's going to replace him, that sort of thing. It looks like Brody Mychek is training in full. He was training with side A, the ones that are wearing the black jumpers. And then it looked like Finn McRae and Oleg Markov were training with side B, but they were training in full. So there was no sort of rehab group. The players at the start that you saw with the names were the ones that aren't there. We know because of the long-term injury sort of stuff like that. So it looks like we're pretty healthy, which is a very, very good sign. The one big thing that I noticed, and you guys know after 6 years of doing this, I don't put too much credence into who's wearing the black and who's wearing the white, especially if there's senior players that are in the best 23 usually that are wearing the white. But it's who's wearing the black from side B last week that goes into the side A side and they're wearing the black jumper. And this week, or this training session, it was Billy Frampton. So it looks like we'll be going with Billy to replace Reef. Now the question becomes, does Billy Frampton play if Harry Mackay doesn't play? So if they're going with Kemp and Curnow, and we'll talk about this more in our preview tomorrow. But if they're going with Kemp and Curnow in the forward line, can we really afford to have Billy Frampton, who, yes, good defender, good one-on-one defender, but not super quick and agile? Can we afford to have that sort of big tall there that we don't really need, or do we go with someone like a Jacob Ryan or a Charlie Dean, maybe not TJ, but someone like that where they can just run and gun from the defense because we don't need to man up on a Harry Mackay. But again, it also comes down to, does Harry Mackay play?
So you reckon? Yeah.
So,
Who else do you reckon?
Cox,
Jeremy Howe.
Jeremy Howe.
Still side bottom.
No, it's still side bottom straight playing another year.
Oof. So in this training session, it was pretty much just fundamentals. You saw, a lot of the boys just doing, the classic sort of stuff that we see. It was a main session, but a light main session. I dare say Tuesday is going to be more of a split session with side A and side B, and that's when you see them go a little bit harder. What I did like to see in this session was some of the link-up work. Bobby Hill looks absolutely incredible. Doesn't look like he's missed a beat. He has been a little bit quiet over these last couple of weeks. I know he's kicked a couple of goals and done a couple of nice things, but he has been a little bit quiet. But in this training session, he was working well in tandem with Jamie Elliott. Another thing that I did see was Mason Cox in the white. Now, I know literally what I said, and I'm going to be hypocritical here, but Mason Cox in the white, Brody Mychek in the black. that kind of makes sense. That would be the swap. I think there's only going to be 2 changes this week, and we just talked about them. Frampton comes in, and Myercheck comes
I
in.
like liver.
Ah, liver's crazy. It's so good.
I like everyone. I'm going to play
He's got good display.
Another thing that I did notice though is Jordan Ngoe looks fresh as all hell. He is going to be so much better for that run that he had against Footscray. Obviously not his best game. Was his first game in 200 plus days. He kicked what 4 behinds or something. But he's going to be so much better for it. He did get a full game, no sub work there, which is great. Then he has that week off, the week and a half off, gets his body refreshed, and then comes in and hits Carlton hard. And historically, he loves playing against Carlton. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens there with the bigger body. Ned Long will stay in the team as well, you would assume. So it's going to be really good to see Jordan De Goey get back to his best. And what a time to get back to your best than against the Blues. Towards the end, we saw a bunch of match simulation and nothing really to, set the world on fire or right back home to. But yeah, look, it was just good. You see, it was a couple bit how's it going, but it's actually really, really windy. Reminded me of the Hawthorn Giants game yesterday. That the wind was just taking the ball absolutely everywhere. You can see the trees in the background. It was super windy and super cold. So that ball was going. It just had a mind of its own. But it was good seeing the match simulation, and the boys do look hungry. And I got another guy that impressed me, Ned Long. I know I talked about him a little bit earlier, but Ned Long absolutely impressed me. Josh Dacos coming off the half-back line as well. One thing that I didn't see, though, is Dan Houston in match simulation. Dan Houston sat out match simulation. He went inside, not sure why. But he looked good for the rest of it, but I'll see if I can find out anything for you. But look, guys, that's pretty much it for training. A nice, easy session. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, buy the merch. And until next time, double shackers. I'll swoop you later.